Your gut is being poisoned and attacked, and you don't even realize it. This is directly causing lower testosterone, brain fog, performance issues, bad skin, bad health, and much, much more, while it's killing you from the inside out. When I detoxed and healed my gut, my testosterone skyrocketed, my brain fog and lethargy went away, cravings for junk died, skin got better, breath smelled better, I could work harder, and much, 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 much more. Like how I used to be. You don't even realize what you're missing out on until you have a healthy gut. IBS, gastric issues, leaky gut, over 50% of the world's population suffers from these conditions. And they're just the tip of the iceberg. In this video, I'm going to go over exactly how you can easily and effectively detox and heal your gut from home. Let's talk a bit more about specifically how this works and why it works. People know that parasites are bad for you and that if you have them inside their body, you want to get rid of them, but they don't know that you have toxic waste accumulated inside of your gut, which you also want to get rid of. That is arguably worse than parasites. Now, our bodies are exposed to ridiculous amount of environmental toxins from a young age due to the modern world in which we live. These are things like heavy metals, microplastics, PFAs, glyphosate, and much more, just to name a few. Now, a lot of this comes from the garbage slop food which we put into our bodies in the modern world. And sadly, a lot of these toxins are unavoidable in today's society, but your intake can be heavily mitigated, and the ones which you already have in your system can be gotten rid of. Now, a lot of these toxins accumulate specifically in our guts, but this isn't the only place where it causes issues. It messes up your brain dopamine and serotonin reception through the gut-brain axis, where the gut and the brain are connected, causing those junk cravings and the inability to quit that food, hindering your progress in the gym, making you feel lethargic, slow, brain fogged. It's not because of you, it's because of your gut. Socrates himself said the root of all disease starts in the gut. And lucky for you, the gut can be fixed. You don't even know that your performance in every aspect of life can go up by over 50% as long as you finally detox and heal your gut. So you'll be able to supercharge your day-to-day life, your work performance, your gym performance, and your focus, and reclaim the edge that you didn't know your gut was costing you. Let's get right into it. Now, disclaimer, this isn't medical advice. Please consult your doctor before you try to use any of the tips which I mentioned in this video. Before you flush out all the waste in your body, you need to stop putting more waste inside. This waste, this toxic bile inside of your gut accumulates from the junk slop processed food which we eat on the day-to-day basis. Seed oils, burgers, processed food full of preservatives, benzoate, full of preservative sweeteners, chemicals, chemically derived, synthetically derived. These things are riddled with toxins. They accumulate in our gut as that waste. Now, your body never actually craves these foods. It doesn't crave these food, it craves nutrients. Because these foods provide so little of those nutrients, it keeps craving them because it doesn't even have what it needs to function normally. And this just causes a never-ending cycle of you eating junk food, then craving more junk food, eating junk food, then craving more junk food, all while your health goes down, 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 down. Your body doesn't use all this nutrient-deprived slop food inside of your gut. A lot of it just sits in there and wastes away. Our bodies weren't designed to eat food like this. Now imagine you literally carrying around this massive lump of toxicity, this massive lump of negativity, that negative energy that you might feel walking around, feeling down, feeling heavy, feeling sluggish. It's literally because you have something heavy and sluggish inside of you which is eating away at you. Plus, this food isn't even metabolized as real food, leading to weight gain, probably why you're skinny fat as well. Not only does junk food not benefit you in any way, hinders your progress, and makes your gut feel worse, but it's also more expensive than eating healthy nowadays is. You would be doing yourself a favor if you just cut that stuff out. If you just cut that stuff out and gave your body the real fuel that it wants. So the first step to uncooking your gut before you detox is going to be to eliminate and make sure no more of that junk is going inside of your body. Once we have eliminated, once our diet has been cleaned up, we can start to detox what is already inside of our system. I'm going to give some basic, again, not medical advice, but detox tips, trips, and a detox routine and some things that you can implement into your daily life to easily and effortlessly get rid of the accumulated waste. Now, the best practical tip, which is going to be very effective because you can be very consistent with it, is in the morning when you wake up, sipping warm water with ginger and lemon. Now, you can make this tea before you go to sleep, is something I do. Smells very nice as well. Make a ginger tea before you go to bed. Lukewarm in the morning or just regular. Not cold. Warm is going to be better for you. Put some lemon in there and sup on it. I'm sipping on it right now. Not only does it taste very nice, but it's going to be very, very useful to have regular bowel movements and start to clean up what's inside of that gut once your diet is cleaned up, of course. Now, another thing which I eat on a daily basis is raw carrots. Now, raw carrots bind and remove estrogens and endotoxins inside of the gut. We all know that estrogen is the opposite to testosterone. When you also have too much estrogen in your body, it leads to a whole stray of horrible effects. You can be moody, trouble sleeping, and much, much more. So raw carrots are going to be your number one weapon against that. And a great component of detoxing your gut, raw carrots on the daily, 1 raw carrot a day is what I eat. Coconut oil. I would recommend a spoonful of coconut oil a day. Not only is coconut oil antimicrobial and antifungal, very easy on the gut and very good for digestion, good for cleaning up and detoxing the gut, but it also helps you shred off weight by increasing your metabolic rate. There's an experiment conducted once where they tried to fatten pigs up by feeding them coconut oil and was not processed the same by the body as slop seed oils. Instead, the pigs got lean and shredded. So there's 2 benefits to eating coconut oil. So incorporate coconut oil into your daily diet. I would also incorporate an apple cider vinegar shot a day. It has basically the same effect as coconut oil, speeding up the metabolism, antimicrobial, antifungal. Very good for your gut, especially when you're detoxing. Now, another thing which I utilized cyclically, not too much, but when you're just starting out for a week or for 2 weeks, you can use oregano oil. It's extremely powerful, extremely antifungal, antiseptic, antimicrobial. What grave diggers used to use back in the day when they would go to dig in graves of dead bodies is they would actually cover their bodies in oregano oil because how powerful it was against diseases, against microbes, against bacteria. Oregano oil is a slippery slope where you can't overdo it because it is very potent. If this is your first time detoxing your gut, I would recommend cycling it for a week or for 2. And then no more of that, just to start breaking down those toxins and cleaning up your gut. But it is very, very powerful. So keep that in mind when using it. And from there, when you've broken down all these toxins, you started to remove them, you actually need something for them to come out with, because otherwise they're going to stay in your gut. From there, that's when you can incorporate raw fats, specifically things like raw butter, raw cream, and raw milk. These bind to toxins, and from that, you can easily expel them from your body. So if you are going to start detoxing your gut and go especially more into using things like oregano oil, you don't have to use this raw milk and these sorts of raw fats. Your body will be able to use some of the fats which it intakes on a day-to-day basis. But the detox is going to be much more effective and much more effortless if you start incorporating raw fats. So I would recommend raw milk, raw cream, just in general, because they are very good for you, for your testosterone level, for your hormonal balances. Very full of bioavailable nutrients. They will especially aid with detoxing. They're also full of bacteria, which is, of course, going to be amazing for your gut. If you're someone who can't tolerate regular pasteurized dairy, raw dairy is also a great alternative because many people who can't tolerate pasteurized dairy can actually tolerate raw dairy. So raw dairy is going to be great for the detox. And on top of this, some practical foods that you can incorporate into your daily diet are going to be green apples, raw honey. You could look into psyllium husk as well, which is very, very rich in fiber, which can help just keep things moving from your bowels. So take all this into account. Incorporate this into your life after you've eliminated. You can start to detox. Keep in mind, you might feel sick or you might feel worse for the first 1 to 3 days after you start detoxing. That is because your body is diverting all of its resources to actually getting the toxins out of your body. Now, getting sick every once in a while is actually a very, very good thing. It means that your body's flushing out toxins and getting rid of them. So, of course, keep in mind, if you do feel worse, that is a good thing, and that means that it is working. Now, you might see certain excretions when you are actually using the bathroom. That is also a good sign that you are getting rid of that waste, that it is working. So that is going to cover it for how to detox your gut. From there, we can start to heal our guts. There are 3 stages here to healing the gut. First is going to be to repair the gut lining. Second, to avoid foods that make digestion harder. And third, to supercharge the gut with bacteria. So first thing which we're going to do to repair the gut lining is incorporate aloe vera. This can be aloe vera juice, not the store-bought kind in the plastic bottles. That's basically all sugar. But actual aloe vera juice and coconut water. These are both great and very gentle on the digestive system, full of electrolytes, and they replenish and heal the gut lining. And this is going to prevent those disorders like leaky gut syndrome, like IBS, like those prior gastric issues, by literally kind of just patching up your gut, healing the lining, right? From there, to make your digestion easier, you're going to kick in soluble fibers, things like grains, things like oats. Now, these can be fine to eat, but after you've detoxed your gut, after you've eliminated, I would recommend avoiding these for a while. Just get your digestion effortless again. And a lot of what you buy for these fibers might be especially irritating to the gut once you've detoxed, once you've cleaned it out. And it can be full of glyphosate, sprayed down, and a bunch of bad, heavy stuff that you just don't want at this stage. So I recommend easing back into that, only getting the highest quality for those kinds of fibers. And that leads us to our last stage, which is going to be supercharge our gut with bacteria. For this, I'd recommend probiotics like kimchi, like sauerkraut, just full of raw beneficial bacteria for the gut. You can also go with things like, I would also go with raw dairy at this point. You could even do a steak tartare. Things that are just full of these evolutionary bacteria that we as humans need, right? The more bacteria in your gut is, to a certain extent, the healthier you're going to be, the more supercharged, just the more effortless your digestion will be, the higher testosterone is going to be, the clearer your skin will get, the less your breath will smell. Because most people don't know this, but bad breath is actually just bad gut. And a bonus thing which somebody talks about is science has literally proven people with a positive outlook positive perspective, general positive vibe, have different gut microflora than people with a negative attitude. So, adopting a positive attitude will quite literally make you healthier. So, adopt a positive attitude as the final step to uncook your guts. That is going to be it. Now, this is exactly what I did myself and what I teach my clients to do. I've tried many different approaches to health and fitness, and I genuinely think my approach is the best way to get jacked, healthy, and feel amazing. Otherwise, I quite literally wouldn't live and embody it. Now, I prioritize your health in order to supercharge your life, reinvigorate it, give you the energy, confidence, and happiness which you deserve in your day-to-day, attained by optimizing your circumstances and your routine to actually work for you, not so you have to go out of your way, not be able to dedicate time. People are busy, and I understand that. I preach using your days to work for you, so you can shred fat, gain muscle, effortlessly increase your energy, erase gut, mind, body problems, and just chat around your life on the day-to-day easily, and do that every day. Now, I'm not some random fitness influencer either, right? I've been on both sides. I've been on the side of not being healthy, of being with anxiety, of not thinking I have time, of not being in shape, and I've been on the side that I'm on now. And I know for a fact I just want to help as many people as possible realize that there's so much more to life that you can experience and how much they're missing out on. Now, it doesn't matter what fitness position you're in, what occupation you are, what your environment is. I can help you by working with you one-on-one to build you customized protocols and coach you in order to get quite literally jacked and healthy. You can book a call using the link in the description, and I'll explain to you exactly how I can help you shred the stubborn fat, gain aesthetic muscle, heal your body, and revitalize your life. Definitely worth a try. If not, we'll just talk and I'll give you some advice. I hope to see you soon. That wraps it up for this video. If you watched till the end, thank you very much. Hope you have a great day or great night and you learned something. You can check out some more of my videos here, and more of me is on my socials, which are linked down below. Goodbye, and I'll see you in the next one.